All right, it's Saturday, and I've reached the stopping point for today. So let's take a look at what we got going on. So here's what I can and cannot do. So I decided to, this is where me not having a contract kind of hurt us, but I decided to go ahead and do as many coats as we could to get this covered. That ended up being 3 to 4 coats. So you can see it's all put back together. All that baseboard, I don't know if we discussed it before or not, but that's painted. You can see I didn't get paint on the floor. Nice and covered. I mean, you saw how hard it was to get that done. Then we have this upper. Now, I had already painted all the white, so to go up there and paint brown was kind of a pain in the butt. But I got the beam done in white. I went back up and did that in brown because I wanted to go ahead. You know, it was just I didn't get that text until I got home last night, and so anyway, I got that ladder back up. I made it brown. Personally, I think it looks better white, but you know, you never know until you try it. So that's brown. I went ahead also because I've tried my very best to keep paint off of this, but I got paint on here. So while I had the brown out, I repainted this trim and I repainted the door down here. You can see all this is done. Now, when I discussed this too, I had told her there's many different levels of paneling prep. And when we discussed it, I remember telling her that this was just going to be a quick job. Well, I ended up doing the painting portion of it professional and to good standards. However, caulking is one thing I had discussed with her, and I did mention that there's going to be seams in the panels. And you're going to see all those seams once everything's painted white, and we decided not to do that. So there's a couple seams you're going to see where there's some cracks in it. Typically, I mean, you'd be paying triple to have me do a really, really nice job on the paneling and nail everything in and caulk it. So you're getting a good deal for what you paid for, but just please be aware that that was not part of the deal, is caulking and all that stuff. Now, I swept up there. We're starting cleanup. Now you can see the walls here. The only thing that I'm noticing that I'm gonna have to wait till it dries tomorrow. I don't like some of the areas where I can see the brush marks on the cut-in. There might not be much I can do there. Now these are all 1 coat of primer, 1 coat of paint like we did on everything else. Now I cannot throw in another coat for free, but if you see, like, if you really look, you can see some of the areas where it was cut in. That may be because of the brush marks. That may be because it needs another cut. I'm not 100% sure on that. I can do another cut because I don't have to buy much paint and see what it looks like. And I may try that. I just don't want it to stick out and then end up having to do a whole lot more. So I may, in some of the high visibility areas, I may investigate that and see what I can do. So there's a little bit more touch up here. I think before I leave, I'm gonna throw another coat of mud on this stuff because the holes just kind of poked out. I did touch up where these holes were in the hallway, so that looks good. A lot of the baseboard stuff has come off. I repainted this door. So this is all good. And then I also went around, and you're going to need to do some of this as well because there's just been so much dust in here. But I wiped down all the ceilings. I was able to get some of the old paint off even. But I wiped down all the edges, all the way around everything that I did to try and make everything look nice and clean. Now I did not get what they got on there before, but I got some of it. Some of it was actually drywall that it came off with wiping it. So I wiped down this, I wiped down the hallway, I wiped down the bathroom. So anywhere where I had fat mud, I took a chisel, you know, I cleaned it up the best I could. I'm really trying to leave it the best I can for you. I've got another day, but you know, typically I would make $1,400 in a week. So I hope that you guys are happy. I hope that I'm showing you I'm not just trying to bounce out because it is my fault. At the end of the day, it is my fault. 100% take responsibility for it, and I don't want to walk away with anybody having a bad taste in their mouth. I repainted this, I repainted that. So tomorrow, I'm hoping to come here after church and tie it up the best I can. Last thing, maybe Monday to be here to clean. Depends how all that goes, but I'd like to be out of here tomorrow. So that's where we're at. I'm not going, if you want, I can leave the masking, but I just don't have time to do this. I got to get outside where I make $65 an hour I'm hurting real bad, and I've got scheduled season of exterior that I got to get to. If you guys had time and wanted to do this when it rains, I'd be happy to do that. But for now, I've got to get out of here. I spent way too much time here, and I got to move on. So that's where we're at. But if you look at it, I hope you're happy with what you're seeing. I take a lot of pride in it. I know it's been a little bit rough, and I've been complaining a lot. So that's why, just to show you guys I appreciate it still, and I take full responsibility for the quote going sideways. You know, I recut in all the edges here and tried to clean everything up and make it look the best I can. I'm still going to do a little bit more tomorrow. Definitely got a lot on the floors to clean up and paper to get out of here and all that stuff. But, you know, hopefully this looks pretty good. And then also keep in mind that you're not going to have that bright of a light shining on all of it. So it's not like it's super visible. Now in here, from this side, I can't tell what's going on there, but from this side, I hit the angle. I actually touched that up and I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it might dry in just fine. I'm trying to look for any areas. You can see a little bit up there. And I don't mind doing a whole nother cut, but I don't want to do a whole nother cut and then it needs a whole nother roll because I don't have enough paint for that. So I'm going to try and hit anything that stands out to me. Normally 2 coats is what I would do, but I just don't have enough time and money in the budget to do another coat for what we've talked about. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and it's coming along really nice. That upstairs looks really good. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll have another video for you as soon as I get back.